Oi, Pip, you goddamn useless moron, what do you think you're playing at? Just because you're my wife doesn't mean you get to act like this. Where the heck did you go?
Jesus Christ, Casey, when are you going to stop speaking to me like this? You have the charm of an octopus. I'm in my room, if you must know. I'm sorry, but I didn't make any supper tonight.
Huh? What did you just say? You mean I have to cook my own supper again? You left all your dirty pots in the sink this morning too, didn't you? And that's not all. You don't even come to the front door to greet me when I get home from a long, exhausting day at work. What the hell kind of wife are you? You're a failure as a woman.
I'm really sorry, Casey. My stomach feels so heavy these days and it's hard to move around.
Oh, look, here we go again, using the pregnancy as an excuse, just like you always do, huh?
I'm only 1 month out. Are you really gonna hold this against me? I don't see how this is my fault.
You treat pregnancy like it's a goddamn illness. So what, you got a baby inside you, want a medal? Being pregnant is not an excuse to get out of fulfilling your womanly duties to me, the man of this house. What's it gonna take for you to understand?
I never said pregnancy was an illness, Casey, but at the same time, it can be pretty damn debilitating. I mean, I am twice the size I was 8 months ago.
How dare you? Do not answer me back. I'll get my sister to make me some supper over at my folks' house. You pathetic excuse for a wife.
Fine.
Fine? Fine, that is no way to talk to your husband and the man of this house. The correct response is, yes, sir, I'm sorry, sir. And don't you forget it. Not only have you completely stopped doing the housework ever since you got pregnant, you've also turned into such a goddamn lard ass it'd probably take a crane to get you out of the house. You're supposed to be my wife, but you don't even turn me on anymore. You think having my baby holed up in there gives you the right to treat me however you want, don't you? God damn, it really is true what they say. Women become the most arrogant creatures on earth the moment they get a bun in the oven. Damn. My buddies had always warned me, but I never thought I'd actually experience it for real. You make me sick.
Hey, Casey. How's my favorite big brother doing today? I just got done cooking breakfast. Do you want to head over and chow down?
Sup, Carla? You're the best. I was literally just about to message you to see if you had anything frying. Man, I'm starved.
I thought you might be. Damn. So that means she didn't make you any breakfast again? Pip is really slacking on her housework duties these days. It's just like you said.
No kidding. Looks like the lazy bitch finally washed the pots after she ate breakfast this morning and laid my work clothes ironed out and ready on the sofa after I called her out on her laziness yesterday. But I still ain't happy. That useless good-for-nothing didn't even polish my shoes. Can you believe she didn't even cook me any breakfast? Man, I don't even know why I married this woman. Imagine not even being able to do the basics.
Right? I don't know who she thinks she is. She must be one of those pregnant women who thinks the world should bend over backwards for her the moment the sperm hits the egg.
Gah. You know, Carla, I think you might be right. Damn it. All right, I'm gonna put my slacks on and head over. See you soon, sis.
All right, cool. I'll be waiting with your breakfast.
God damn it, are you serious? You didn't come to greet me when I came home from work again! What's all this crap on the living room floor? The house is a mess! And where's my supper? God damn, woman, my patience with you is about to reach its limits. You're walking on thin ice, I tell you. Thin ice.
Welcome home, Casey.
That ain't good enough. I want to see you rush over to greet me with a smile the second I walk through the front door. When I come home, it should be like God himself arrived.
I'm so sorry, Casey, but I really can't do everything like I used to before I got pregnant. I do as much of the housework as I can when I'm able to move, but a lot of the time, it's hard to even get out of bed. Won't you just give me a break, please?
God damn it. I'll have to head over to my folks' place again tonight for my sis to cook me supper. But don't think I'm letting you get away with this, woman. You're in trouble now. Big trouble. Hey, Carla. Sorry to trouble you so late again.
It's fine, silly. Besides, when did you ever apologize for anything? I had a feeling this would happen again, so I made enough food for a small army.
Now that's my sister. I sure as heck wish that goddamn useless wife of mine would learn a thing or two from you. If she took a leaf out of your book, I'd never go hungry again. At this rate, I'm worried if she'll even be able to do her job as a mom. If she can't make my supper, welcome me home from work, or massage my feet on time, how the hell is she gonna raise a kid? Not only that, but she turned into a big fat pig ever since she stopped doing housework. I swear she's always either on the sofa or in bed stuffing her face. I'm eating for two, she says. Two what, whales? I get that women's bellies get a little bigger when they get pregnant, but hers looks like a frickin' hot air balloon. And not only that, but her belly ain't the only place the rolls are appearing. I'm worried we're gonna need a crane to move her soon. She used to be so hot, and her style was great. I mean, I liked the girl enough to want to marry her, for crying out loud, but now I could take a truckload of Viagra and it still wouldn't get me in the mood for porking that ham beast. I have no choice. I'm gonna have to force her to start going to the gym after the baby's born.
Hey, Casey, just a little suggestion.
What is it?
Isn't it time you taught that unruly wife of yours a lesson?
Huh?
Isn't it time you showed her how sick and tired you are of her behavior with action instead of words? She obviously has no intention of doing what you tell her, so isn't it time you held her feet to the fire? She'll start thinking you're all bark and no bite if you don't back up the things you say.
Damn, I think you might be right. Did you have something in mind?
Well, I kinda did, actually. You're angry with her because she's constantly lazing around and barely lifts a finger around the house, right? So why not introduce penalties for her not doing her chores, you know? Like forcing her to jog around the block for not vacuuming, or forcing her to do 500 push-ups for not washing the dishes. I think you get the gist. Dad did always say a good training routine is the best way to keep a woman in check.
Oh my God. Carla! You're a genius! You know what? It's my day off work tomorrow, so I'm gonna go give her first little penalty right now. Thanks, sis. You're the best.
Huh? Like, right now? Casey, what is going on? This isn't fair. Why did you bundle me into the truck and dump me out here in the middle of nowhere? Why would you dump me out in the mountains like this? There are frickin' bears and mountain lions out here, and it's pitch black. I can't see a frickin' thing. You do know I'm 8 months pregnant, don't you?
I left you there precisely because I know, you goddamn bird brain.
Huh?
It might not feel like it, but I'm doing this out of love. I only want what's best for you, babe. You've turned into such a degenerate lard beast lately, you barely even deserve to be a mother anymore. I knew that if I didn't take drastic action, you'd reach the point of no return, and I'd have to leave you. It was either this or divorce. This is my way of redisciplining you as your husband and the master of the household.
Redisciplining me?
Now listen up. First of all, I want you to walk home from the top of that mountain.
What?
Quit acting like an invalid, babe. You used to be on the track and field team back in high school and you could run with the best of them. If you can pluck up the courage to actually start moving, I'm sure this is going to be a walk in the park.
What are you talking about? Are you serious?
I'm as serious as a serious guy. Oh, and don't even think for 1 second about trying to call for help. I went out of my way to think of this training regimen, so you better not screw it up. If you call for help, we're getting a divorce. All right, I just got home. I'm waiting for you, babe. It's nice and warm, and I have potato chips. You can do this.
Oh my God, Casey. This isn't normal behavior. What the hell's gotten into you? I barely recognize you anymore. You are not the man I married.
Hey, Carla, good morning. Sorry to spring this on you again on such short notice, but you think maybe I could get some breakfast again this morning? I just woke up.
Sure, I guess I don't mind. By the way, where did you go last night? You bundled Pip into the truck and drove off somewhere after we stopped messaging, didn't you? I could see you from my bedroom window.
Yup. I took her somewhere isolated for a little training after your genius suggestion inspired me.
Wow, are you kidding? You went out literally straight after I sent the message? In the middle of the night?
Sure, of course I did. There's no time like the present. I told the worthless fat pig I was tossing her in the garbage where she belongs and abandoned her at the side of the road on the peak of the highest mountain in Colorado.
Wow, now that's my brother, a man of his word. You have to respect a guy who's not afraid to take action.
Well, something had to be done. You know, the mountains are way further than I thought they were. You look on Google Maps and it's just a few centimeters of space. But when you actually go out and drive it for real, man, you have no idea how tired I was when I got back to the house at 3 a.m. I think I might have to go for a second round of sleep after breakfast. Hey, Pip. What the heck are you playing at? How have you still not made it home? How long do you think it's been since I dumped you on that mountain? I'll bet you're taking so long because you get out of breath every 5 minutes from being so fat. Is that it? Or are you just being lazy? Gah, you really are useless. I should have given you a time limit. Is it too late to add one now? I mean, I make the rules, so I guess I could. All right, you have to make it back home in the next hour. If you go over, even by 1 second, I'll take you straight back up the mountain tomorrow and you can redo it.
Casey, where are you right now?
Huh? A few of my buddies invited me out drinking and we're out bar hopping in town right now. Why?
You need to get back to the house right now.
Can't it wait till tomorrow? I came out tonight fully intending to vent about my bitch wife while getting blackout drunk by knocking back copious amounts of beer with the boys until the early hours.
This isn't the time for that. You have to come home. Jeffrey Bigglesworth, the president of Dad's company, just stormed into our house with the most menacing look on his face.
Huh? Dad's company president? What the hell does he want?
Dad just got fired because you abandoned your heavily pregnant wife on a mountaintop in the middle of the night.
What? Why the hell would the president of Dad's company be involved in my and my wife's private affairs? This makes no sense.
I don't understand very well either, but the bottom line is you need to come home right now.
What the hell is going on there? Pip? What in the goddamn Lord's name is going on here? Why would you divorce me like this all of a sudden? I know our baby was born too, bitch. Why didn't you tell me? Why did I have to find out through ringing the hospital, goddamn ya?
Do you really still not understand why all of this is happening, Casey? Did Dad's CEO, Jeff's explanation, not clear up all the confusion, or do you need me to spell it out like you're a 6-year-old?
I understand why you might be slightly pissed off with me, but I have no idea why any of this means my dad would get fired.
Okay, allow me to explain exactly what happened that day. I reached out to an old friend for help after you abandoned me on that mountaintop in the middle of the night. Jeff, Dad's company president, is my friend's husband. They say every cloud has a silver lining, and he was mine. It turns out my friend and Jeff live pretty close to the mountain you dumped me on. They rushed out as quickly as they could when I told them what had happened. But while I was waiting, my water broke and I started going into labor. They rushed me to the maternity hospital as soon as they found me, and thankfully I made it in time.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. How come no one told me about any of this?
Because I asked my friend and your dad's boss not to say anything to you and requested that they contact no one except my family.
What? But why? I'm your husband. I should have been the first person you contacted.
Why would I contact you when you're the one who abandoned me on a mountain in the middle of the night while I was heavily pregnant in the name of discipline? I can't trust you, and quite frankly, the thought of allowing you anywhere near my baby is frankly quite terrifying. Like hell I was gonna let you be there for the birth.
Oh my God. But still, don't you think divorce is overdoing it a little? I mean, geez, talk about overreacting. Can't we just talk this through like mature, responsible adults before making hasty decisions in the heat of the moment? Don't throw away what we have.
Actually, Casey, you told me you'd divorce me if I asked anyone for help when you dumped me on the mountain, so I'm just following through on your promise. Congrats, you got what you wanted. I failed the task, and I am clearly still just as undisciplined as ever, right? I called my friend, so divorce is the only option.
No, well, I didn't quite mean it like that.
Sure you did. I'm leaving the rest to my lawyer. If you have anything else to say to me from now on, it goes through him.
Your lawyer? No way, you have got to be kidding me.
I never want to see you, your sister, or your dad again for as long as I live.
But why?
You have the comprehension skills of a sack of potatoes. How do you still not get it?
Quit trying to be clever and just explain what you mean.
This is exactly the problem.
What is?
I won't be coming home again. I am taking our son, and we're going to live with my parents out in the country. I'll arrange for someone to come and pick up my belongings and bring them out to us. So make sure you don't touch any of my stuff. I want everything left exactly as it is.
Pip! Carla, you fool, what have you done? It looks like Pip is about to divorce me because of you.
What? Because of me?
If you didn't make that dumb suggestion to teach Pip a lesson by abandoning her on the top of a mountain, none of this crap would be happening.
Don't put words in my mouth, asshole. That is not what I said. All I did was suggest you start imposing minor penalties if she kept giving you problems by making her walk short distances to your house every now and then. I did not tell you to make her start from the top of a frickin' mountain in the middle of the night.
Well, those two things are pretty similar.
Bullshit, they couldn't be more different. Anyway, Dad got fired because of your moronic behavior. How are you gonna make this right, Casey? And how did Dad even get involved in this anyway?
Apparently, Dad's company president is Pip's friend's husband. The friend she called to pick her up from the mountain after I left her there.
What?
Dad was in full agreement on your suggestion to teach Pip a little lesson, right? That went for the whole mountain thing, too. He seemed to be on board with the idea, right? He knows how important it is to keep a bitch in line. And if he wanted to stop me, he could have easily. He told me how he always used to shoot the shit with some of the guys at work about how modern men are becoming weak and have let women get out of control. He said it was time for society to take the red pill. The problem is Dad's company sells childcare supplies. And Jeff, the CEO, thought that if any of this got out, his company's image would totally be destroyed. Apparently, Dad had already been warned 7 times at work for making offensive remarks about women, and this was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Oh my god, seriously?
And he's not the only one. I got fired too. You see, Pip used to work at our company and she knows like half the staff. I think that might be why when I went back, everyone was super cold and hostile towards me. God damn it, what are you gonna do to fix this, Carla? What was I supposed to have done? I just wanted to discipline my wife, god damn it.
While me and Casey were married, I never had a mother-in-law. Apparently, his mom passed away when he was 8 from a terminal illness, and ever since, he and his sister were raised by their single dad. Based on the stories Casey told me, his mom sounded super kind, caring, and compassionate. I wonder if she hadn't fallen ill, whether things would have turned out differently between us. While thinking about the possibility in the back of my mind, I focused on getting the divorce proceedings over and done with, and within a month, I was once again newly single with a freshly deposited wad of compensation and child support money in my bank account. As for what happened to my ex-husband and his family after that, apparently all of them got laid off at the same time and are still struggling to find work. I got almost 2 identical messages the other day from Casey and his sister Carla, both begging for money in pathetic desperation. Needless to say, they weren't getting a cent out of me, so I requested they take all further contact through my lawyer before blocking them and taking another sip of my pumpkin latte. I'm thinking of changing my number soon too, just in case. Thanks for watching, folks. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to prove what a boss you are by liking and subscribing. Did you think Casey got what he deserved? We'd love to hear what you think in the comments. See you next time.
Hello, Robert. Is it true that you've been assigned to another department? That's what I just heard from administration.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Barnes. Still at work? Being a section manager seems like a pretty hard job. So, staying late, I mean.
No use trying to curry favor with me, Robert. Besides, I'm off today. So what about it? Are you getting transferred or what? What's up? Is it true?
Well, it was all explained in that internal memo at work today.
Like I said, I haven't been in today. Someone from administration sent me a text mentioning it.
Oh, yeah, right. I thought you were there. Sorry.
So, are you gonna answer me? Are you getting transferred or not?
Yes, sir. I'm getting transferred next month to my new position. I really appreciate your help all these years, but I'll be leaving this branch office by the end of the month. It's really been a great experience.
I see. So not a different department, but you're leaving this office altogether, huh? Seems kinda strange that you'd be transferring right about now.
Yes, I know. I heard that they decided on my transfer unexpectedly. I guess they needed to fill that position as soon as possible.
Oh, I see. So that's what it was all about. Now I get it. Yeah, figures. I'm not sure what you did to make this sudden decision, but you know what? I was kinda half expecting it. I mean, you've always been presumptuous. Always a little disrespectful to your superiors.
I'm not sure what you mean, Mr. Barnes. Why did you expect I would be transferred? I don't think I was ever out of line in any way. Was I really that disrespectful, sir?
What I mean is, you probably did something sneaky and got caught. They couldn't fire you, and the only option was to redispose, so to speak.
Pardon me?
What the hell did you do, Robert? Screw up one of the projects? Or is it more non-business related, like an in-office romance or something? So, where are you getting relocated to? Some factory office out west? That place way out in Nowhereville? Or maybe a one-person box office out in the company parking lot?
Mr. Barnes, if you had read the memo, maybe you wouldn't be saying that, but it's not that I'm being relocated.
Oh, I see. You don't even realize the predicament you're in. I get it. Too shocked to comprehend it, huh? It happens. Just can't accept it, can you? Well, you dug your own hole. The company had no choice but to transfer you. It's probably your shameless attitude toward what you did that irked them. I suggest you accept the consequences, Robert. You should be grateful they let you keep your job.
Right. It's just that...
So where'd you get relocated to? Come on, Robert, stop beating around the bush for God's sake!
If you would just take a look at the company memo that was distributed today, you'll get all the information you need, sir.
That means I have to wait until tomorrow morning to get the good news. I won't be able to sleep. Let's hear it, Robert. Where's this wonderful place you're being transferred to? It's like I'm waiting for the axe to fall. Besides, I'd rather hear it from the horse's mouth than reading some boring memo. So out with it, man! If it's that factory office out west, you better get a pretty warm jacket. It gets pretty chilly out there!
Not out west, but east. The headquarters in New York.
Wait a sec. What? Hey, Robert. You there?
Yes, sir. Good morning, Mr. Barnes. What can I do for you?
What you said yesterday about your transfer, that was no joke, was it? I just read the company memo, and it's not only you. Melinda's being transferred too! She should be here! Near me! Is this all really true?
Right. Yes. It's all there in the memo. All true, sir. There was this company competition last year. You remember that, right? Well, the project idea that Melinda and I submitted was selected.
Yeah, that. When they put that into actual use, it immediately racked up like $1 million in sales. That project idea, huh? So the company's rewarding you by transferring you guys to headquarters, is that it?
Oh, okay. So you read the whole thing. So I don't have to explain everything.
I couldn't believe it. So I asked my uncle who works at headquarters. I had to verify if it was true.
Oh, really? Your uncle works at headquarters? I never knew that, sir.
He was the one that got me into this company. He's got some connections and put in a good word for me. He's the section manager at HR over there.
Oh, really? I had no idea. That's great.
You had no idea? You should know about the people you work with, especially your boss.
Sorry, sir. I'm the type that sort of overlooks that kind of thing. If it doesn't affect my work, it just doesn't interest me.
Huh? Oh, I see. That's why you were so hyped about trying to outshine me, is that it?
Not really. All I was doing my job as best I could, that's all. I was not out to get the better of anybody.
About this transfer to headquarters. How about I go instead of you? What do you say?
Pardon me. You want to go to HQ instead of me?
Yeah, that's right. Along with Melinda, of course. The two of us would make the perfect pair for the main office. I asked my uncle to pull some strings to get me transferred to headquarters, but you know what he said? He said if I had real success that I could show, he could talk to some people and act on that. So what I'm trying to say is that you give me the credit for that project idea. That one that garnered in excess of $1 million in sales. Just say it was all your boss's idea. That I was the brains behind it.
Mr. Barnes, listen, I really can't do that.
Seriously? Are you telling me you're giving your boss the middle finger, is that it?
I don't have the power to overturn requests from higher up.
Robert, I want you to come up to the 3rd floor. Let's have a little talk in the meeting room, privately. The branch manager will be there too, so let's us three sit down and have a little conversation, shall we?
Okay, I'll be right up.
Man, what a total wimp! All I did was press you on the issue. You got all flustered and nervous, and before I knew it, you back up toward the window all scared like, and fall out! This was on the 3rd floor, for God's sake! You're a total klutz, you know that? Just so you know, I had nothing to do with it. It's not as if I pushed you or anything. I just confronted you on some business issues and you got all agitated for no reason. Don't make any false accusations. Gotta say, it was the 3rd floor. I'm sure you're not okay. How could you be, right? But you know what, Robert? As your boss, I'm gonna go out on a limb for you. I'll assume all responsibility of your business dealings. That's the least I can do. So relax and get some rest. I really have to thank you for providing me an opportune chance to further my career. At a cost, of course. That $1 million deal is now mine! I was the one who came up with that idea. You got that? There will be consequences if you report on this. That I had anything to do with it. You slipped and fell out of that window, you understand? Another thing you shouldn't forget. My uncle is the section chief at HR. He's got my back 100%. Just so you're aware, as long as you don't rock the boat, everything will remain normal. Your future with this company depends on whether you keep your mouth shut or not. Do we understand each other? That's all I have to say. Have a nice long rest, and I look forward to seeing you back at work in a few weeks. Or maybe months. Oh yeah, about Melinda. Don't worry about her. She's all taken care of, if you know what I mean. Robert, you know what? You're a total loser.
Robert, are you okay? I heard all about it. What the hell happened?
Oh, hey, Melinda. Thanks for earlier. Yeah, I'm doing okay. My new suit got hooked up on a branch and got all torn up. That was my favorite suit!
I'm so glad to hear you're okay. It could have been way worse.
Well, that was because of your quick thinking. Maybe I wouldn't even be talking to you right now.
Please, don't say that, Robert.
When Mr. Barnes confronted me in the meeting room, he backed me toward the window and I had nowhere else to go. But then I looked down and saw you and your folks standing down there with a mattress ready to take my fall.
I'm just glad we were able to get there in time.
I later remembered that your folks owned a furniture shop just around the block, right?
Yeah, that's right. That was why we were able to get there in time with the mattress. The staff was just unloading a new shipment into the warehouse. I was walking down the hall and overheard Mr. Barnes' staff members talking about how he was going to somehow hamper your transfer to headquarters. But then I learned that you had already gone up to the 3rd floor to have a meeting with Mr. Barnes. All I could think of spur of the moment was to go straight to my parents' place down the street.
Thanks for that, Melinda. Always so astute. That's what I like about you. Oh yeah, about that mattress. Got a bit dirty after catching my fall. That was new, wasn't it? Can't sell that anymore. Tell you what, I'll buy it. I need a new mattress anyway. In a weird way, I have this intimate connection with it now.
You really don't have to, but if you want, sure. We'll give you a big discount on it.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. About Mr. Barnes. He still doesn't know the whole story, right?
No, he doesn't. He was out of the office when it was announced, so I don't see how he could know. He just left a little while ago, so I covered for you. Just that you were in pain and recuperating. We were lucky he didn't see us down below. I suppose the bushes and those trees helped, although it didn't help your suit.
Yeah, well, the suit was a small price to pay. Anyway, thanks for everything, Melinda. I owe you.
You're at my parents' place now, right? I hope you're comfortable there.
Yeah, your parents are great. They're treating me like royalty.
I also talked to the branch manager. He was really concerned and asked how you were holding up. He wants to know all the details after you return to the office. He was furious that his name was used in all this.
Yeah, alright. Again, thanks for everything.
Oh, just so you know, I saw Mr. Barnes as he was leaving. He had a huge smirk on his face. I even think he was whistling.
Are you serious?
Lucky for those trees and bushes, he didn't see us with the mattress. Probably just thought the trees blocked your fall. And luckily it was out back and nobody was around, so the whole incident didn't get out of hand. He has no idea you're perfectly fine.
Yeah, well, I guess we were just lucky, huh? Mr. Barnes has always been short-sighted. His work style has always been patchy. Everything is half-finished. But I suppose that trait was to our advantage.
Hey, Robert, you there? Reply right this second, buddy! How the hell can you be okay? I thought you'd be incapacitated for weeks! Melinda said you were in pain, for Christ's sake!
Oh, good morning, Mr. Barnes. I'm fine. I was in a bit of pain, but popped a couple aspirins on the way. No problem. Why didn't you stop and talk when you saw me in the hall?
You're not some kind of ghost, are you?
I'm pretty sure a ghost can't text message. That will be weird, huh? Like some horror movie.
Yeah, well, stop changing the subject, will you?
I see what you're getting at. You want to know why I'm perfectly fine. Not a scratch on me despite falling from the 3rd floor, right?
Yeah, what the hell's going on? You didn't fall. That's it, right? Somehow you saved yourself at the last minute.
Well, let's just say I had some help. Some good people helped break my fall. But what's more, guess what I did before joining this company? I was a stuntman!
A stuntman? Don't give me that!
It's true. That project I put through, the one that generated over $1 million in sales, well, my former expertise played an important role in that. But we're getting way off topic, so let's leave that for later.
What the hell are you talking about? Get to the point, for crying out loud!
You really did it this time, Mr. Barnes.
Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about, buddy. Are you accusing me of something? I haven't done anything wrong.
I will file a report regarding this incident, just so you're aware.
What? You're not even hurt. What are you even gonna report? That you were a klutz and stumbled over your own feet?
Although I wasn't injured, you definitely will be charged with assault.
Pardon me?
If I had been injured, you'd be charged with assault and battery. A pretty serious crime, I'm told. But since I wasn't injured, the consequences of your misconduct won't be as bad. You should be grateful for that at least.
Don't even think about submitting a report. You do that, and you know the payback you'll get. I warned you about this before, Robert. Don't throw your career away by doing this.
Oh, are you planning on inflicting bodily harm, sir?
I'll do what I have to if it's what you're asking. This time for good.
You're forgetting one thing, Mr. Barnes. I was a stuntman. And I'm also a black belt in karate and an MMA contender. You really want to grapple with me?
MMA? Are you serious? A kid who works for me was previously a vicious animal? Give me a break!
I have no intention of using my full strength on a non-experienced person like yourself, so don't worry. No matter what you say, Mr. Barnes, I plan on submitting this report. End of story.
You do that, and my transfer to HQ is hopeless. You do realize that, right? It's already been decided. Melinda and I are going to HQ, not you.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. About your uncle? The one who works in HR? Well, I was told that he's taking responsibility for manipulating documents and favoring applicants. A clear violation of company policy. I was told he submitted his resignation today. I'm surprised you haven't heard. You're the manager. You should know these things, Mr. Barnes.
My uncle resigned? No, that can't be right.
The branch manager apparently got in contact with headquarters and submitted a detailed report of your background and recent track record. It's apparent that you used connections to get where you are now, and your uncle manipulated documents to land you this job. The senior administration were furious.
Huh? My track record? How?
Your folks have also been informed about all this. Actually, I got a phone call from them yesterday apologizing on your behalf.
Wait, pardon me? This whole thing? My parents know about this whole thing? How could that be?
Oh, by the way, your parents were very kind and understanding. You really should be grateful that they have so much sympathy for others.
You're not telling me that.
The reason why nobody has contacted you is obvious, isn't it? They figured it would be better to have you come to the office as usual, as if nothing happened. Otherwise, you'd probably panic and take off. Knowing you, Mr. Barnes, that's exactly what you would have done, am I right?
You gotta help me out here, Robert. Please.
I'm gonna have to pass on that, sir.
But what about my transfer to headquarters with Melinda?
You lay one finger on my girl and you're a dead man. You got that, buddy?
She's with you? No way!
Can we please cut this short? I have to finish up my transfer papers by today.
What about me? What am I gonna do from now on?
Goodbye, Mr. Barnes. Good luck. After that conversation, I submitted my report and pressed charges against him for assault. Through our lawyers, we were finally able to settle the matter after Mr. Barnes admitted his guilt and agreed to pay compensation for what he did. Although he was pretty pissed off, as you can imagine, Mr. Barnes eventually resigned from the company. I was worried he might retaliate somehow, so I had my lawyer place a restraining order on him. If he at any time approaches 10 feet from me, he goes to jail. Although I can protect myself, it would put my mind at ease. I later heard from his folks that they introduced him to a live-in job somewhere up north. I heard it was a logging company of some kind. His folks paid the entire compensation fee, so he's now hard at work paying them back. And I can tell you right now, it's not a small amount. They said they are eventually planning on sending him to one of their operations overseas. So I probably won't ever see him again. I sort of feel sorry for him, but I have to say, he had it coming. As for me and Melinda, we're both transferred to headquarters and already starting on our new project together. We're both just glad all this is over and we can get on with our lives.